All right, honest to gosh, it is the Shabbat tradition in my house. We light the candles, we have dinner, and then here comes Shark Tank. Everybody's favorite, Mr. Wonderful. It's Kevin O'Leary. We press a button. Kevin, nice to see you. Congratulations to you. Here's a thought that I have. You guys have done this so successfully for so long. Does Mr. Wonderful still have the bandwidth to take on X number of new businesses every season?
That's a great question, and the truth is yes, because we've built a platform on Shark Tank beyond our expectations, obviously, but we launch dozens of companies, and when you get into a portfolio like mine, the CEOs tend to work together, and that's what's terrific. We have a community, over 35 companies now, many of them in consumer goods and services, so when we need to talk to Walmart or Target or Bed Bath & Beyond, we've been there, we've done that, we know the buyers, we have a fantastic relationship with distribution. We help these companies acquire customers.
It's like picking amongst one's children. I'm thinking of Wicked Cupcakes, or do you have a favorite, or do you have one that is your best story? Robert Hertrovich talks about the dumb sweaters. What about you?
I'll tell you one. Base Paws, cat DNA. This is the craziest deal I've ever seen. Exploded during the pandemic. There's over 100 million cats in America. Who knew? And everybody was sitting with their cat saying, I wonder where my cat came from and how I can keep my cat healthy. Now, I'm not particularly in love with cats, but I love cash flow. And this business is just phenomenal. It's amazing. You know, I can tell you when Kitty's going to check out a Dodge Forever and when you need to buy a new kitty. And I don't mean that I don't love cats, but I know everything about your cat once you've got your cat tested. So if you need your cat tested, I'm your man, Base Paws.
Okay, see, now, honestly, and this is another question I posed to several of your colleagues, is it the horse or is it the jockey? Because at first blush, I would say, I'd dismiss that. I'd be like, that's the dumbest idea ever, but obviously very successful. Do you generally bet on the idea or the person?
You know, I really like to go into disruptive ideas because I know so many great CEOs that if the jockey isn't working, I can swap them out. But you need a great idea. You know, there's two things. You need a great idea, but you also need executional skills. So the companies that really work on Shark Tank have both, a great idea and someone who knows how to actually build value with it. And we try and back them. But obviously not everything works in venture capital, and I've got my winners and losers. But what I'll tell you now, after doing this for 13 years, is you don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. The outcomes are unknown, and the biggest rewards I've ever had are from the companies I didn't think were going to work, and vice versa. So there you have it. You have to bring out, that's why I do, 11 to 15 deals a year. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Let's talk about StartEngine.com, a new venture for you. What is StartEngine?
StartEngine is a remarkable outcome of the Jobs Act from years ago when the government wanted to democratize venture capital. Prior to that, it was only VC firms that got access to startups. Now, with crowdfunding, which is what StartEngine is, you can raise money with your own customers on a democratic playing field. In other words, mostly hedge funds, private equity firms, and venture capital firms always want a special preference. They want to be different than all the other shareholders. You don't have that problem with StartEngine. StartEngine lets you democratize your fundraise, and the big news, what really knocked the socks out of this industry was, just back in March, instead of maximizing the raise at only $1,070,000, it's now $5 million. So StartEngine is a very, very competitive platform against traditional venture capital. And we're using it for our Shark Tank companies, and I'm a shareholder in StartEngine. I really believe in it, and paid spokesperson for them. I love what they do, and they're the largest in America. So if you want to raise money for a company, check us out at StartEngine.com.
All right, I've heard you guys on the show reference people with Kickstarter campaigns. Is this similar?
Kickstarter is basically when you try a product, you make inventory, people buy it. This is a whole new ballgame. StartEngine lets you raise equity for cash. You're selling your shares, you're bringing in capital, you're building your business, you form a direct relationship with your shareholders, and often they're your customers. They don't have time constraints like venture capital companies have. Sometimes they stay with you during your entire life as a company. It's an amazing idea. And Howard Marks, the guy that actually started this, was one of my contemporaries in Activision way back when I had the learning company. So we knew each other from way back. I thought it was such a great idea. I was going to compete with him. But after I actually sat down with him and saw what he built, I said, let me be a shareholder. Let me buy into your dream. And that's exactly what happened. This is the platform for equity crowdfunding in America. It's the place to come.
All right. And then, Kevin, very, very quickly, crypto, yes or no?
I am in crypto, and I think crypto is here to stay, particularly Bitcoin. Institutions are interested, but they want ethically mined. In other words, they don't want electricity wasted. You saw New York put a moratorium or potentially do that. And I think where the puck is going is something called DeFi, decentralized finance. And that's where I'm investing now. So I'm investing in Bitcoin mining, but I'm also investing in decentralized finance. I think that's going to be a really interesting place. And in some ways, StartEngine is already there. This is what decentralized financing looks like. It lets you really go out there and reach out to millions of people from a single site. It's such a great idea.
Kevin, I love that you said where the puck is going, realizing your Canadian roots. It's really good to see you. Thanks for being on our show this morning. We'll tell folks that for more information on the StartEngine, and they're also doing a live pitch competition, you want to go to their website. It is startengine.com/shark, a reference with Kevin there. Quick break here. We're back with more in just a minute.